The NHL is no kindergarten. You have players biting each other, sucker punching each other, nearly killing each other. And then there are moments like Marchand licking others and Schoenfeld decimating the referee. Here is part 2 of the most disrespectful moments in NHL history, brought to you by the most popular comments from part 1. Number 8. McSorley axing Brashear. During a Canucks home game against the Boston Bruins on February 21, 2000, an intense on-ice altercation unfolded between Donald Brashear and Marty McSorley. After Brashear won a fight and taunted the Bruins bench, he collided with Bruins goaltender Byron Dafoe, who was stretchered off with a knee injury. Seeking a rematch, McSorley tried to engage Brashear in another fight, but the latter declined. In the final seconds of the game, frustrated and unable to instigate a fight, McSorley swung his stick at Brashear from behind, delivering a two-handed slash to the right temple.
Well, McSorley is out there as well. Oh, McSorley slashed Brashear.
The force of the blow caused Brashear to collapse, resulting in a grade 3 concussion and a seizure. McSorley was ejected from the game and later received an indefinite suspension from the NHL, facing an assault with a weapon charge. Legal proceedings occurred in British Columbia, where Brashear, claiming no memory of the incident, provided his account. McSorley argued that he aimed for Brashear's shoulder, but missed, inadvertently striking his head. McSorley was found guilty, but avoided jail, receiving 18 months of probation, during which he couldn't play against Brashear. Despite Brashear returning to play, McSorley's suspension was officially set at 1 year, effectively marking the end of his NHL career. Publicly disinterested in discussing the incident, Brashear emphasized he had no prior relationship with McSorley. And by the way, if you want to get featured in our next video, make sure to comment which disrespectful moment still lingers in your mind. Number 7. Alex Burrows bites Patrice Bergeron. The incident involving Alex Burrows and Patrice Bergeron occurred during Game 1 of the 2011 Stanley Cup Final between the Vancouver Canucks and the Boston Bruins. In a scrum near the end of the first period, Burrows, a forward for the Canucks, was seen biting the finger of Bergeron, a star center for the Bruins.
A couple of seasons ago, watch Burrows here. He clearly bites the finger of Patrice Bergeron.
The incident added a controversial and unsportsmanlike dimension to an already intense championship series. Burrows' actions drew widespread criticism, as biting is considered a serious violation of on-ice conduct. The incident heightened tensions between the two teams and fueled the narrative of a highly contentious Stanley Cup final. Burrows faced disciplinary action from the NHL, receiving a 4-game suspension for his actions. The biting incident between Burrows and Bergeron remains a memorable and controversial moment in NHL history, prompting discussions about sportsmanship and the need for strict enforcement of on-ice conduct, especially during high-stakes playoff games. Number 6. Schoenfeld's controversial clash with Koharski and unprecedented legal drama. Jim Schoenfeld's memorable clash with NHL referee Don Koharski occurred after Game 3 of the 1988 Wales Conference Finals, where his New Jersey Devils suffered a 6-1 defeat against the Boston Bruins. The altercation unfolded as Koharski fell during the argument, accusing Schoenfeld of pushing him. Amidst disapproval from the crowd, Schoenfeld continued disputing with the referee, responding to Koharski's hope that the exchange was on videotape with, "Good, 'cause you fell, you fat pig. Have another donut. Have another donut."
You're crazy. You're good 'cause you fell, you fat pig. Have another donut. Have another donut.
This exchange unfolded as Koharski and other officials headed to their dressing room. In the aftermath, Schoenfeld faced suspension for the subsequent game, imposed by league disciplinarian Brian O'Neill. The Devils, however, sought a court order to overturn the suspension. Approximately 40 minutes before Game 4, New Jersey Superior Court Judge James F. Madden granted a restraining order, allowing Schoenfeld to coach. This decision led to a walkout by the originally scheduled Game 4 officials. After an hour's delay, 3 local off-ice officials, Paul McInnes, Jim Sullivan, and Vin Godleski, worked the game. The Devils went on to win 3-1. Schoenfeld faced further consequences, receiving a suspension for Game 5, along with a $1,000 fine for himself and a $10,000 fine for his team. The original officials returned to work following these events. Number 5. Bertuzzi sucker-punching Moore. The infamous incident involving Todd Bertuzzi and Steve Moore occurred on March 8, 2004, during an NHL game between the Vancouver Canucks and the Colorado Avalanche. Moore, a forward for the Avalanche, had previously delivered a hit to Marcus Naslund, the Canucks captain, in a game a few weeks prior. Seeking retaliation, Bertuzzi, a power forward for the Canucks, targeted Moore during their rematch.
Grabs his sweater, gives him a whack, and piling on is Andrei Nikolic.
In a disturbing turn of events, Bertuzzi approached Moore from behind, grabbed the back of his jersey, and sucker-punched him. The force of the punch, combined with the impact of Moore hitting the ice, resulted in a severe neck injury for Moore, including fractures and a concussion. The fallout from the Bertuzzi-Moore incident was extensive. Moore's career was cut short due to the injuries he sustained, and legal proceedings followed. Bertuzzi faced criminal charges and a lengthy suspension from the NHL. The incident sparked debates about the role of violence in hockey, player safety, and the need for appropriate punishment for on-ice actions that escalate beyond the boundaries of fair play. The Bertuzzi-Moore incident remains one of the darker moments in NHL history, prompting the league to reevaluate its approach to player discipline and safety. Number 4. Matt Cook, slashing. Erik Karlsson tendons. Erik Karlsson, the star defenseman for the Ottawa Senators, suffered a devastating injury on February 13, 2013, during a game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. In a moment that shocked the hockey world, Karlsson collided with Penguins forward Matt Cook along the boards.
He shoots it wide of the goal. What incredible! 11 seconds to go on the penalty to Paul Martin.
The contact resulted in Cook's skate blade slicing Karlsson's Achilles tendon, causing a serious injury. The incident stirred significant controversy, with debates about the intent behind the hit and discussions on player safety in the NHL. Karlsson, known for his exceptional skill and dynamic play, faced a long road to recovery and missed the remainder of the 2012 to 2013 season, including the playoffs. The Karlsson injury had lasting effects on both players involved and triggered broader conversations within the NHL about the need to address dangerous plays and enhance player safety. The incident led to increased scrutiny of hits involving potential leg injuries and contributed to ongoing efforts by the league to minimize the risk of severe injuries resulting from on-ice collisions. As one of the league's top talents, Karlsson's absence was keenly felt by the Senators, and the incident highlighted the importance of maintaining a balance between physical play and player safety in professional hockey. If you're having fun so far, like and subscribe, and let's move to the top 3. Number 3. Scott Stevens' big collision with Eric Lindros. Indeed, Scott Stevens delivered a notorious hit that significantly impacted Eric Lindros during the 2000 Eastern Conference Final. In Game 7 of the series between the New Jersey Devils and the Philadelphia Flyers,
88, Lindros makes the move, and Lindros is hammered down.
Stevens delivered a devastating open ice hit on Lindros, who was one of the NHL's brightest stars at the time. The force of the hit left Lindros concussed and unable to continue playing in the game. This hit marked a pivotal moment in the series and intensified the ongoing discussions about player safety in hockey, particularly regarding the issue of head injuries. The Lindros-Stevens incident became emblematic of the physicality inherent in the sport and raised questions about the balance between aggressive play and player well-being. It also contributed to the league's heightened focus on implementing rules and measures to protect players from head injuries, emphasizing the need for responsible and safer play on the ice. The impact of this hit on Lindros reverberated throughout the hockey community, leaving a lasting impression on the sport's approach to player safety. Number 2. Brad Marchand licking players. Brad Marchand garnered attention and controversy for peculiar on-ice behavior during the 2018 NHL playoffs. In a game against the Toronto Maple Leafs, Marchand gained notoriety for licking the face of opposing player Leo Komarov. The incident, caught on camera, sparked widespread debate and drew criticism from fans, players, and hockey analysts alike.
Chand up to his usual antics. Oh, it is a night of spite here in Boston.
Marchand's unusual licking behavior was seen as unsportsmanlike and crossing the boundaries of acceptable conduct in the highly competitive world of professional hockey. This incident wasn't isolated, as Marchand continued this unconventional behavior by licking opponents in subsequent games, including Ryan Callahan of the Tampa Bay Lightning. The NHL took notice, and Marchand received warnings from the league regarding his actions. The licking incident stirred discussions about the need for clearer guidelines on acceptable behavior during games, leading to a broader conversation about maintaining respect and sportsmanship on the ice. While Marchand is undoubtedly a skilled player, these licking incidents became a defining aspect of his public image and reinforced the ongoing debate about where the line should be drawn when it comes to player conduct in the NHL. Make sure to leave a comment with the moment in hockey history you found most disrespectful and get featured in part 3. Now, let's move on the last one. Number 1. Dale Hunter's late-game hit on Pierre Turgeon. Dale Hunter's late-game hit on Pierre Turgeon during the 1993 NHL playoffs stands as one of the most infamous and controversial moments in hockey history. In Game 6 of the first-round series between the Washington Capitals and the New York Islanders,
that was just a dirty play by Hunter, who was frustrated.
Shot.
Turgeon scored a pivotal goal and was celebrating when Hunter delivered a blindsided check. The hit occurred after Turgeon had already scored, and he was no longer involved in the play. Hunter's check sent Turgeon crashing into the boards, resulting in a separated shoulder for the Islanders' star player. The incident was widely condemned as an egregious and unsportsmanlike act, particularly due to its late and unnecessary nature. The fallout from Hunter's hit was significant. Turgeon's injury forced him to miss the remainder of the playoffs, and the Capitals' season ended shortly afterward. Hunter was suspended for 21 games at the beginning of the next season, a penalty considered one of the longest in NHL history for an on-ice incident. The incident underscored the importance of respecting the well-being of opponents, even after a goal is scored, and sparked ongoing discussions about the need for stricter disciplinary measures to deter such dangerous plays. Dale Hunter's late-game hit on Pierre Turgeon remains etched in hockey history as an example of the consequences of on-ice actions that go beyond the realm of fair competition. Now you thought we were done right? Well, think again, because we got one more bonus moment for you. As so many NHL fans commented with so many different moments, we just could not leave this one out. Today's bonus clip happened in Game 3 of the Maple Leafs versus Senators playoff series in 2000. Curtis Joseph went crazy after allowing a goal he thought should not have counted because of interference and accidentally tripped Mick Majuf. Right after that, Joseph was given a 10-minute misconduct penalty. However, he was not fined or suspended. So if this exact accident happened today, would Joseph or any other NHL goalie get suspended? If you're still in for more NHL content, click the video on the screen. But before you do so, leave a like, subscribe, and comment on which moment was the worst and why.